All right. Welcome to Get Your Google On Online. This is the first of many videos that you will be watching throughout the 6 weeks we have together. And the purpose of this video is just to get you familiar with our online platforms that we're going to be using over the next 6 weeks. Right now, what you're seeing is our Get Your Google On Google site. So this is one place that you're going to be interacting with a lot and has a lot of information for you in order to be successful in this course. We're on the home page right now, and so I'm just going to show you a couple things that I want to make sure that you know about. First, I'm going to actually ask you to pause the video and read this part right here. So that I know that you have kind of read our general ideas and expectations for this course and working in a digital environment. And then if you have any questions, you can email one of your facilitators. So for real, pause this right now and read that. Okay, I'm going to trust that you paused it and read it. If not, read it later, please, because this is important information here. Along the left-hand side here, you'll learn as we go to Google Sites that this is the sidebar. I have Ask Us a Google question. So we want you, if you come up with something, if you're just have any questions about Google, you can submit them to this form. So when you click on it, it's going to open up to a form about your burning question. And as we get these questions in at the beginning of the next week, we'll have a video surprise that will go through these questions and answer some of the burning questions that you have about Google. This will link you to all of our bio pages as one thing that I think is important for when you have a website, whether it's for kids students or whether it's for parents or whether it's for teacher students, is to have a bio page to help your participants just get to know you better. So there are 4 facilitators for this course. We have just over 60 people enrolled in this course, so which is amazing, like the number of people who have taken a Get Your Google On course by the end of the summer. So you have been assigned to one of us, and you will know soon. If you don't already know who your facilitator is, they've probably already written an announcement in your classroom, so whoever wrote that announcement is your facilitator. The last person I want to highlight is Marie. Marie is from Thompson Middle School. She's getting her Instructional Technology Master's at NIU and is our tech support intern. So if you are having some tech issues with anything, please reach out to her first via email. If you click on her bio page, you can get a link to her email. She has also taken Get Your Google On, is very knowledgeable about Google tools, and has been really involved with training teachers at Thompson. And so we're happy to have her kind of help us take some of those tech troubles and kind of solve them for us. So please feel free to email her if you're having some issues. And then if you remember my email that I sent out right before school starts, this is a countdown widget. And so it's kind of a fun little aspect of Google site, but this will tell you how many days it is till our D303 Innovation Play date. So if you haven't signed up, sign up. All right, so along the top here is going to be where your modules are, and we're going to release the modules Sunday evening, early Monday, like before you wake up Monday, that kind of thing. So you'll have it like Monday morning ready to go. So module 1 is up. When you click in the module, it's pretty much going to be in 3 parts: what the learning objectives are, the tasks you have to complete, and then resources for this module. So I'm going to just do a quick run through of module 1. And module 1 has 2 big learning objectives. One is really talking about being a connected educator and how that improves your practice. And then just a general understanding Google Apps for Education and how that can help to increase student learning and also improve your practice. So the Google Apps for Education environment objective is really just a quick overview. Under the task list, you're going to find like the individual assignments, and all of our assignments are going to go through Google Classroom, unless for some reason it says it doesn't on here. But in general, you're going to see your assignments in Google Classroom. We're using a naming convention, so for those of you who use Google Classroom, we're kind of modeling a way to keep things organized. So M1 is module 1, and then 001 is like the first assignment. So you're going to see that there's actually going to be 6 things that you'll need to complete and turn in for this module. And at the bottom are the resources for this module. If you don't know how to use a tool, this is where you're going to go to get the resources you need to learn how to use that tool. And so this will be a place that in each of the modules, you may have to kind of go through each of the modules to see which tool you're looking for, but it's always going to take you to a place that has just as many resources as we could pull in and ideas for using it and beginner tasks and advanced tasks and things like that to just really get you experiencing the different tools. The third tab that you'll be able to see is not populated yet, but this is our Get Googly page. And as we find fun little things about Google to try that may not necessarily always be classroom related or just be something fun that you can do with Google, we will post it here. So that's a quick overview of sites. Again, you have the URL emailed to you, or you can also find it in the About section of your Google Classroom. Speaking of Google Classroom, I want to just take you over to there real quick. So when you go into classroom.google.com, you're going to be brought to kind of your home of classes, and you might have 1 or 2, you might have a whole bunch like I do. But you're going to be looking for your Get Your Google On. It might say Get Your Google On Online. It might say Get Your Google On Summer, something like that. So when you click into it, this stream here is where you're going to find all of your coursework. All the assignments and announcements and discussion questions are going to come through here. This About section is where, when you scroll down, you're going to be able to find the URL, which I didn't upload mine yet. I better do that. And then you'll also be able to see, this won't say students, it'll say classmates. And you'll be able to see who else is in our little group. But remember that there are 4 Google Classrooms. So if you know someone else who's in the course that might be in another classroom, it's perfectly fine to interact with them or work with them. And if you did pause, when I told you to pause and read that home screen, you would have seen what we said about those of you that are collaborating together and how to handle turning in the work. So as you're a student, one thing I want to point out is that is an assignment from the student's perspective. So in this classroom, I'm a student, and what you'll do is you'll click on the title or you'll click on open for whatever the assignment is. Sometimes we'll have things attached there for you to either work on or just be resources. But then I wanted to point out that you can always add files from Google Drive or a link or a file from your computer here, or you could also create a Google file from within there. So I think that that's something important that, if you're working on your final product, even though we have it in a doc file, you might have created a whole bunch of files and a whole bunch of artifacts to help support that final product. And we want you to upload and add those into the final assignment. So we'll go over that as it goes, as the course goes on and as we start turning in more assignments. But I just wanted to make sure that you knew that that was there. Well, as a really quick overview of what you might expect in our learning environments. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us.